Dark greetings, morsels. We are back for more of the Outer Worlds, the grand finale. We're right here, basically at the end game. We've completed everything until now, robbed the chemicals from the Ministry of Morale and Accuracy, and we just finished our last debrief with Phineas. Now we're gonna go dock at the Hope.
We have arrived at the Hope. I need you to reroute power from our ship to the Hope's auxiliary generator. You'll have to connect me to the Hope's comm system so I can convince her central computer to enable the skip drive.
Tell me about the Hope.
The Hope is the Groundbreaker's prettier, sleeker sister. She wandered off and got lost for 70 years, but just recently was found. Also, there are hundreds of thousands of frozen organic life forms hibernating in her hold.
What's gonna happen if I skip the Hope?
If your calculations are even slightly off, you could crash the entire colony ship into Terra 2. Or the sun.
What was I doing again? No, I know what I'm doing. I don't want to seem like a doofus in front of Ada. Oh wow, it really does have more or less the same structure as the Groundbreaker. Hello, Kelsey. How are you? Thank you for stopping by. And of course, I appreciate being the background noise to your Animal Crossing. Oh wow, the corporate guards beat me here. I don't like that. Quincy Duncan. I really shouldn't be surprised they're here, though. Let's see, status. Power status. Main status. Hibernation status. Logs. Patch.
That ought to do her, Captain.
Alright, Ada's all patched in. Wow, Ultra Tremor Cleaver.
Done.
Their their security's not very good. Oh, that's right. The Hope got lost, and it seems, unfortunately, the people who were manning it ended up starving to death, which is not a good time. Should I bother speaking to Quincy Duncan? Sure, why not? Hello, Quincy.
You know, when they posted us here, I told them there wasn't any point. Nobody would be so stupid as to fly to the ass end of the colony for this derelict.
Except me.
Knows how much I know. You've got about 5 seconds to tell me what you're doing here before I make you take a walk outside.
I was sent to repair the reactor so it doesn't explode and take the colony with it.
Explode? Holy shit.
Holy shit, indeed.
You'll want a uniform so my staff doesn't shoot you on sight. They're a dangerous mix of bored and trigger happy. We've got a few extra in the old badge station to my right. Good luck.
I found the identity cartridge. I didn't find any spare uniforms. I mean, we're here. Push comes to shove. I don't think it's exactly out of pocket if I just waste everyone here. Auto mechanicals included. It was a little silly how easy that was. I don't know how I feel about that. How are these places not closed?
Okay? Great.
Should we assign Sam for a cleanup?
Oh gosh. I'm gonna be sick.
What the hell happened here? Oh, bodies. I mean, that was an amusing little detour, but nothing really came of it. Hope Bridge keycard. Continue. Manual log. Oh damn, the engineers started skipping meals so other people could eat.
Can't think of much worse than drooling on your pillow in front of a bunch of strangers.
Alright. We just have to clear this room, and then we'll be good to go.
I can take a hint.
Oh yeah. Hack those robots like a pro. Let's see logs.
Can you hear me, Captain? I have successfully integrated myself into the Hope's comm systems. I see you've located the stasis chambers. Which pod were you slumbering in for so long, Captain? The missing one, I take it?
You'd be correct, the missing one. Ah, Flip! My love, hello, how are you? Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope your day is going well. We are here at the end game to the Outer Worlds. Don't mind me, just waltzing through the most secure area in Halcyon, uninvited.
That's the Hope's computer up ahead. I'll admit, I am curious to wake him.
Let me close this door.
Once we switch that thing on, we can get out of here, right?
We're probably gonna have to fight our way out. I mean, I brought this minigun. It would be a shame not to use it. I'm doing okay. I'm a piano student rescheduled, so I have an expected day off. Although that just means tomorrow will be extra long. Oof. My condolences for the extra long day tomorrow, but I hope you're enjoying your unexpected day off. Alright, status. Logs. It seems there was some kind of mutiny or rations issue, so the people that were operating the Hope starved and died, but the engineer managed to program the autopilot to get the Hope to Halcyon at least, so F's and W's in chat in equal measure. How's my day going? My day's going okay. Pretty good, pretty low-key. I was pretty hyped for some plans that kind of fell through, but it's all good. Alright, comms. Patch Ada through.
Greetings, Captain. I am speaking to you through the Hope's computer system. It's a rather cramped feeling, but it'll do.
I'm ready to skip the Hope.
Are you sure? That is extremely dangerous. Skipping the Hope will void the warranty on the skip drive.
I think we're like 60
And
years
also
overdue for the
potentially
warranty.
kill an entire planet. How is my humor now, Captain? Improved?
Skip the Hope to Terra 2.
Jump-starting the skip drive. Destination set to the rings of Terra 2.
I'm skipping it myself.
I wouldn't advise that, Captain.
Trust me.
In case I don't get another chance to say it, it's been interesting, Captain.
I know what I'm doing. I'm literally the smartest person in this galaxy. Give or take. At least, like, top 5.
All right. It is in your hands now, Captain. I trust you, in so much as my presets allow.
ADA, does your captain seriously intend to do a micro-jump in system with engines that haven't been powered in 70 years on a derelict ship?
That is what my captain intends, yes.
But that is a gross misuse of the skip drive. The Zero Point Drives Corp and I will not be held responsible for any damage incurred during transport, and this will cause extreme damage.
Yes, I am aware of that.
You should not be doing this. The humans will die.
Which ones? The frozen
Thank you,
ones
Cole.
or the walking
It
ones?
looks like all systems are a go. Captain, I would advise you to hold on to something. Now.
Oh shit, here we go.
Oh, good. We are still alive and have successfully skipped into Terra 2's orbit. I reported as much to Phineas Wells, but he has not responded. Perhaps you should check in on him.
Did we move? I hardly felt a thing.
Was that an attempt at humor, Doctor? Certain levels of drollness are difficult for me to discern.
Hey yo. What elite troop armor gold are you packing? This is all garbage compared to what I'm packing. I'm gonna walk out of here over encumbered. The board are not scared. Good, they should be. But also I can't run because I'm carrying too much crap. Good. I can more or less walk out of here. Don't mind me. I don't need that one looking at me. Can I talk my way out of this one?
What was that? I don't recognize you. Are you new here?
Just hired on. You probably shouldn't be talking to me. Corporate doesn't like us socializing on duty.
I'm just trying to make sure you belong here.
Do you belong here? I was transferred here by HHC. And I'm just looking out for you.
Yeah, you're definitely new here. Just don't make more paperwork for me, alright?
Just walking out of here. Don't mind me.
What? Something's not right.
Whoops. Who's shooting at me? Well, I was never here. While I'm never hearing, I should take everything in this room. I guess let's just break down whatever we're not using. One sec, y'all. Oh wow, yeah, no, I need to really up my weapon parts intake. My policy here is to just basically break down whatever is around 100 or less sale value. Oh my gosh, let me, yeah. Okay, I can sprint again. Success. Went the wrong way.
I am receiving a transmission from Dr. Wells. The transmission is marked with priority status urgent.
Of course, everything's urgent.
I could probably spend years fixing this boat, stem to stern.
Captain, I shall now play the transmission I received from Dr. Wells.
Please do, Ada.
The board is here. They've found me somehow. They're about to blast my door open. I can't stop them from getting me, and there isn't enough time to explain everything. But there's something very important you need to remember. The board, all their lackeys, they're all a bunch of swine. They're fucking corporate swine.
Sure
You
word.
fucking pigs! I'll take you all out with me. I'll never.
It would seem the recording captured some rather dire events. I presume you'll want to dock at the orbital lab to check on your associate as soon as possible. How can I be of assistance? May luck be with you. Of course, as I am sure
Fucking
you are
corporate
aware,
swine.
luck does not exist. But it seems to comfort humans to believe they possess good quantities of it.
Alright, let's go to check on the orbital lab. Fortunately, we are parked
Now
right
arriving
next
at
door.
Phineas's top secret orbital lab.
The top secret lab that now everybody knows about. Because that's how that shit goes, you know? Does Phineas have vending machines here? Who's here? Quick. Everybody waste the armored pigs, but spare the actual pig. Okay, cool. Bubbles is safe. That's what's really important here. N-ray weakness. Ah, sure, I'll take another perk. I don't get really hit with N-ray damage much. What do I want to take? There's not really a lot more, like, fun stuff to take. Oh, I guess the don't go dying on me. Alright, you're in charge now, Bubbles. It's all you. Ooh, Elite Troop Armor Platinum. Is that better than what anybody's rocking right now? Might be better than what Parvati has. Oh, no. Pretty much. Alright, I can give that stuff to another person on the Hope, basically. I'll give it to Nyoka. Why not? Official address record for Phineas Wells. Ooh, I'm finally in like his secret chamber. Phineas's terminal passcode. Let me come back to that. I mean, I don't know if that guy is coming back. I might as well. Ooh, Finn's Force. What the hell is that?
Great work.
If you're seeing this on screen, I, Phineas Wells, have been perniciously kidnapped and probably incarcerated by the perfidious and cowardly government of Halcyon and the prison fortress of Tartarus. If you have not already been executed for charges leveled against me, I hope the person reading this terminal will find a way to finish my work or rescue me. Preferably the latter. If this is Victoria, I've prepared an emergency care package located in a hidden panel. Unlock the panel from my terminal and claim its contents immediately. Personal files. Phineas V. Wells, eyes only. First entry. Oh damn, looks like Phineas did his share of not super great experiments trying to learn how to defrost people. Whoops, hit the wrong button. Ooh, what is that? Tartarus nav key. You can now travel to Tartarus docking facilities from your ship. Brave New World. What's my rep at right now? Most people love me. The board is terrified of me. That's fine. You are kill on sight to this faction. Fair enough. Auntie Cleo doesn't like me as much as I'd hoped, but there it is. Rizzo's also does not like me much. I wish Sublight Underground would have liked me more, but there wasn't really much for me to do about them. Well, this is it. Oh, let me give Nyoka the new armor. And let me strip the new one of all its stuff. Nyoka's not really coming with us, but that's fine. No gadget. What's the other gadget? Automated ATP injectors.
Captain, as it appears we may soon be embarking for a maximum security prison planet, I believe the crew would like to speak with you to, as you humans put it, air some concerns.
Little late for that. Or is this like a last goodbye type of thing?
Phineas, locked up in Tartarus? We cannot let this stand. That place terrifies even the most hardened criminal.
And here we are, entertaining the notion of busting him out. That's insane. And likely a hell of a lot of fun.
To extract the scientist, you will need to infiltrate the labyrinth. but that course of action is likely to be quite dangerous, Captain.
What's so bad about the labyrinth?
The Labyrinth is a massive maximum security prison on an uninhabitable planet. Being incarcerated there is seen as a fate worse than death.
Still, we can't do nothing. It wouldn't be right.
The armed surveillance protocols on a maximum security prison planet are highly sophisticated. As such, escapes are historically quite impossible and deadly. I am programmed to warn you whenever you exhibit inclinations toward risky behavior. Breaking into Tartarus will not be easy.
Getting in is the simple part. It's getting out again that's the trouble. Trust me, I know.
Oh yeah, you did a stint in the Clink.
Let's just do it. Kick down some doors, grab Doc Wells, and cut a path out. We don't need a plan. We got guns.
If you really mean to do this, you should see to your final affairs and close out any unfinished business. Once you sneak into Tartarus, you may be there a while. Or permanently.
Alright, crew, what do y'all think about this?
It's the craziest plan I've ever heard. And I mean that as a compliment.
You didn't hire me to think. And I ain't about to start now. You're my boss. And I'll walk into fire with you.
I think it's insane. But maybe the colony needs a healthy dose of insanity right about now.
I know it's dangerous. And I won't lie and say I'm not scared out of my wits. But I couldn't live with myself if we didn't do something.
You're asking for more than bravery from us, Captain. But there are worse ways to go than dying for a good cause. I'm in.
Let Sam get the grime out. It's what our units do best.
The entire plan is a terrible idea, but I admire your bravado, Captain, which leads me to illogically believe, against the odds, that you will be successful.
The odds are irrelevant because I'm bad at math.
We gonna prepare? Sure. Guess I could give my ass-kicking boots another coat of polish. You got some sort of plan in mind?
We'll play it smart, talk our way through if we can. I have never had a plan and I'm not starting now, buddy.
Now that's a program I can get behind.
Thinking on your feet's more important anyhow.
Yes, who needs a plan?
Alright, let me check my terminal. Do I have any new fun souvenirs? Oh, I have the Ace Exterminator and the drawing from Gorgon. I also have these fun things. I think they're from Eridanos, but I'm not sure. All these lovely, lovely mementos. Nope, the newest thing I had was an old threat from Olivia Ambrose. Alright, before we go to Tartarus, we're gonna go to Roseway.
We're now in orbit above Roseway, Captain.
I'm gonna sell off a bunch of stuff and I'm sorry, can I not give them the like charged helmets? No, I got rid of those because I'm terrible. Alright, we're gonna sell off everything in our inventory and we're gonna check on Anton Crane and then we'll head off. Corporate Sentinel.
Hey, you're still around. Annie Cleo makes the best pharmaceuticals in Halcyon.
It's fitting that I bring Phineas's prized weapon to the last fight, I suppose. Where the hell is Anton? I thought he was supposed to be sitting at the bar. Unless Auntie Cleo, like, offed him. Which... I don't know, sounds like a thing she would do.
I don't have time for this.
Auntie Cleo probably killed him.
I believe we have nothing further to discuss.
Really, Orson? I thought we were cool.
Doc Crane better get over.
I mean, listen, I would be happy to talk with Anton and help him get over himself, but I can't find him. Just hoping he's not dead or something.
Better days are coming. I can smell the money. Wait, no, that's Raptidon musk.
Thanks for getting me out of there.
Glad to see you're safe. What were you doing in there anyway?
Oh, we turned the old lab into storage a long time ago. Anton needed someone to fetch precursors, and when Anton needs someone to fetch something, that someone is invariably me.
How'd you get stuck?
Those fucking marauders blew a hole in the wall. Tripped the security lockdown. I guess not being able to open a door from the inside is considered a safety feature. Safety for the equipment in the room, maybe. Not so much for the guy trapped inside. It's like a panic room, but without food and water.
Self-locking doors? Somebody ought to see to that policy.
That someone would be Porter, but policies don't change around here.
What's stopping you from changing it?
Technically, nothing. Realistically, a mountain of paperwork and red tape. It's not worth the effort, especially when Porter could just hit a few buttons in his terminal and be done with it.
Stay safe, Jameson. Can I really not find Anton?
It's all about putting the ball in the goal zone.
Focusing only on offense.
Okay, I'm genuinely worried now. I think Auntie Cleo killed him.
Game is by getting the most body goals.
Risky.
Genuinely think that Auntie Cleo just offed him.
Still a lot of Raptidons out there. We'll take care of them.
Well. Turns out that was 4-0. Let me just save obsessively. Oh wow, we've almost hit like 50 hours of playing this. Alright, let's go to Tartarus. You're about to assault the Labyrinth on Tartarus and determine the fate of the Halcyon colony. Saves made after this point can only finish the main story on Tartarus. Side quests and downloaded content such as Peril on Gorgon or Murder on Eridanos will be unavailable for any saves made beyond this point. If there's anything you want to do before you enter the prison, do it now, before you cross the point of no return. Would you like to continue? Yes, I would. Would you like to save? Already did. Are you sure you wish to continue without saving your progress? Yes, dear.
I am pleased to inform you that we have arrived at the labyrinth. Please be advised that the punishment for trespassing is execution. Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make departure impossible at this time.
Know anything useful about Tartarus?
Resident count is as follows: 3,071. Resident deaths, including but not limited to executions, are as follows: 1,684. Resident escapes are as follows: 0. The interior can be chilly. Take a scarf with you, Captain.
Thanks,
I would
Ada.
also ask that you leave your captain's ID with me, in the event that you do not return.
Nice try, but not happen.
Understood. If you die or are incarcerated for life, I can generate a new ID for the next captain. I would prefer if you return, though. Oh, speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving a transmission from the prison's docking authority now.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. Your presence here is an explicit violation of UDL corporate policy. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized, at which point your vessel will be seized and you will be executed.
What the hell is with you people and landing violations?
I'm sorry, you people? Did you just cast a generalization on upstanding UDL employees? That's a fine of 200 bits. You're up to 5,708, not including the cost of your execution and the disposal of your remains, which will be assessed posthumously.
Hey, how do I know you're a real officer under that helmet? Show me your biometric ID.
Alright, I'm feeling generous. I'm transmitting the ID of a productive, law-abiding employee so you can see what one looks like before you die. Anyway, Tartarus Docking Authority signing up. Hang on. Another ship just pulled into your dock. Wait, is that from the Groundbreaker? What the? Pay no mind to that, just have
Hey, Groundbreaker.
Transmission terminated. Biometric ID received. Transferring data to external cartridge. How can I be of assistance? See you soon, Captain.
We'll be right back, Ada. Don't wait up. I wish I knew what was going on in this game. I've never played it. Looks pretty cool, though. It's a fun game. Part of the reason why I wanted to run it was because the sequel just got announced at E3 earlier this year, and I think it's coming out in like October. Basically, it's a dystopian type of thing. You play a character that was frozen to, you know, be sent to another galaxy on like a colony ship, but your ship kind of gets missing, and when you get unfrozen, you wake up in like a total corporate dystopia. And you can either, you know, be a sellout and choose to work with the conglomerate board in charge, or you can be a rebel like I am and work with some rogue scientist. Groundbreaker's here with us. I figure we're at the end here. We're already as equipped as we're gonna be. There's no real reason to not go ham.
Stay down, Hullhead.
This guy's failed. Let me try to save as many of the Groundbreaker people as I can. Oh, wow. Commandant Sanita. Welcome. Oh, no. Did we lose one of your guys? Nope. So far, it's just corporate casualties. Is Chief Junlei here? Also, there's the Groundbreaker. Huzzah. Alright. Good stuff. I don't think we've lost an ally so far.
You gotta teach me that.
Let me see if there's any security stuff I can deactivate or take over to make our passage a little easier. I was honestly gonna try to, you know, go for the stealth route here. But our friends showed up and
That's clever.
kind of out of my hands at that point. I guess some people like to use the Groundbreaker distraction to break in, but I prefer storming the castle as a cohesive unit. Alright, yeah, it doesn't look like there's any security stuff I can hack to help us out or anything. Alright, looks like Groundbreaker's gonna hold the entrance.
What use does a prison have for bars when it's got a storm like that guarding the gates?
Getting in's one thing. Let's just hope we're able to get out again.
Let's look around. There's gotta be a few ways through here.
The best way through here is through them.
Sublight has arrived. Hey, kid. A little bird told me you could use our help. I said I owed you one, and I always pay my debt.
Alright, Lilia Hagen. Oh no. Shit. Why did my reputation get fucked up? I think I lost all the Sublight people. Oh no, there they are.
Someone else will clean this up, right?
Well, I'm kind of annoyed that I ruined my revering reputation by having the spot of friendly fire there.
King, that's impressive. Okay, here we go.
True professional.
Oh, could I have just gone this way?
Nice going.
I'm hoping that doesn't impact my game end with Sublight. But we'll see. Transition to the pit. Are people not noticing a problem here? Who's hitting us with those N-rays? Access storage manifest, architectural records. Solitary confinement.
Imagine being locked up in a place like this. Just the weight of all that stone and steel. Ugh, it's making me sick.
Come on, Ellie, get on the elevator.
Let's go, troops. Stellar base counting on us.
Oh, MSI and the Iconoclast are here. I'm glad we made the friends we did. There they are. Oh yeah, we got some MSI and Iconoclast peeps. Make friends who will storm a high-security fortress planet with you. Unsealed door.
Well, look who it is.
Oh, Rockwell, you're here.
I'll be damned. I was prepping the studio for our announcement, and here you are as a bonus. I had heard you'd taken a mechanic under your wing. What's the matter, girl? Couldn't find actual employment?
The captain's treated me right. Better than any of you bored folk ever have. I'm exactly where I want to be.
Ah, and the wayward doctor. Are you about done with your escapades? We have faces that need lifting, after all.
These days, I'm more interested in breaking them. Wouldn't mind taking a swing at yours.
When you go off and get yourself shot, try to avoid taking one to the face. I'll want it recognizable to show to my citizens.
Chairman Rockwell, I presume.
My word! You've correctly identified the most recognizable man in the colony. Remarkable. It's a wonder what Phineas saw in you. Then again, he's an insane person. Thankfully, he's our insane person now. A proper company man.
Please. Phineas would rather die than cooperate.
Yes, he is an extraordinarily obstinate fellow, isn't he? Fine, he isn't working for us per se. Semantics, he'll come around. But that's between us. As far as my adoring citizens will know, we've turned a dangerous crackpot into a working-class man. It's a miracle.
This crackpot is saving the frozen colonists you gave up on.
Oh yes, go on, wake them up, add more mouths to feed. That'll solve our starvation problems. I don't know what half-baked plans that simpleton in a lab coat has been leading you through, but it's done. It's over. Let me ask you something, Captain. Have you at any point thought about not fucking up our entire society?
At least that means someone's recognizing our work.
I'm making actual progress towards stabilization and recovery. You're just getting in the way.
You know, I wouldn't have to if you'd been more cooperative about all this. You'd prefer to keep riding this downward spiral? I can fix this place.
If I and my people can ride it out in luxury and happiness, yes, yes I would. I don't know if you've noticed, Captain, but Halcyon's pretty much a lost cause.
I've already rallied Byzantium against you. It's only a matter of time.
You have? Is that what you were doing at the Ministry? Look, I'm not an unreasonable man. If you manage to storm the castle, as it were, and make it out of here with Phineas alive, I can't exactly afford more havoc than you've already caused. Fine. If you survive, you'll need someone to sell the rest of the board on your plan.
You're damn right you will, otherwise I'm coming for you next. Nah. It reflects poorly on me if I just stop the momentum of my rampage. Oh wow, Rockwell didn't even have anything good on him. Messages, cameras. Who is this Jim? Everyone on the elevator.
MSI. I'm not one for rousing speeches, but the captain needs our help. So get in there and fight.
Who is that grim person? I completely missed who they were. Oh, we lost a couple of MSI people. Oh, Grim was the gate guy. I just remembered.
We're really doing this, huh?
Hope you're right about this, Captain.
I'm always right.
Captain, you have an uncanny talent for complicating my life. You've disrupted the balance of power. You've upset the natural order of things. You've introduced uncertainty, and there is nothing I despise more than uncertainty.
It's over, Sophia. Stand down. You are the only rational person on the board.
I'm afraid I can't do that. To your credit, Captain, you are one of the colony's finest specialists. Your technical abilities are beyond reproach. For all your talents, you are the enemy of Halcyon, and therefore you are my enemy.
I'm here for Phineas. Just let him go. Chao, Melcher, que la haya bien. Ya se lo compré. El 10 a ella. I'm here for Phineas. Just let him go.
You make a nuanced and compelling argument. Here's my rebuttal. No. Dr. Wells is being held in my custody. His cooperation will prove invaluable, even if I have to beat it out of him. All that's left to do is put down this riot, arrest you, and then get on with the bloody business of saving this colony.
Don't test me, Sophia. It's bad for your health.
I'm aware of your propensity for violence. Halcyon is a bloodier place because of you. I take no pleasure in this, you know. I simply have no other option. Leaving you alive is too great a risk. Goodbye, Captain.
Let's talk about this.
Fair enough. I'm giving you exactly one chance to parley with me.
I don't want to fight you, Sophia. You're one of the only rational people left. Yeah, you are absolutely... really the only rational person on the board.
Anyone with eyes can see that you're talented, Captain. I only wish you'd used your talents for good.
This is the greater
you
good.
wander the system, doing as you please, answering to no one. Your mere existence throws Halcyon into chaos. I simply can't have that.
Halcyon is changing, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. It's time to let go. I'm not throwing Halcyon into chaos. The board's doing that all by themselves.
The board is the only power left at Halcyon. We're the only ones keeping this colony from dissolving into ruin. You had so much potential. I would have put your talents to good use. I would have made you wealthy beyond belief.
We can still work together. All you have to do is stand. Listen, I'm not anybody's lackey.
We all serve something, Captain. A person, an ideal, a duty. I tried to give you a cause worthy of your talents. You were always an unknown variable. I tried to recruit you, but you threw your lot in with that madman, Phineas Wells.
Dr. Wells and I are both scientists. We believe Halcyon can still be saved.
I'm aware of Dr. Wells' plan. Revive some brilliant scientists and engineers from the Hope and work with them to save the colony. He's already revived you, after all. 50 or 60 years ago, I might have agreed with you. But we've passed the point of no return. The best scientists in Halcyon can't save us now.
Yeah? Watch me.
I admire your drive, Captain. But I won't let you spoil my plans a second time. I haven't given up on the program yet. You've caused some complications, but I can improvise. I can fix this. I haven't lost control of the labyrinth yet. Our security system is still operational. I can still put a stop to you.
Sorry, could you repeat that? I was too busy taking over your security system.
What? You can't be serious.
Oh, I'm serious. I had to keep you talking to buy myself some time.
Oh, for the love of the law. All right. Fine. I can see when I've been beaten. Congratulations, Captain. You've outplayed me. I accept your terms and will return Dr. Wells to your care.
Thank you. I'm glad we could settle this without violence.
I just hope you've made the right decision.
I have made a
The fate
decision.
of the colony is in your hands now. I bid you farewell, Captain.
Talk about the epitome of lawful evil. I mean, I respect that she was not absolutely incompetent like Rockwell. And that begrudging respect is the only reason I'm really letting her walk away. Sophia's key. Now I can't even chase her down.
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You must have said something to get under Akande's skin. She's gone, and I don't think she's coming back. And you lunatic, you broke into the board's own fortress just to rescue one doddering old man. You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough.
You alright? Are you kidding? The board never stood a chance against me.
Ah, all in a day's work for you, huh? You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated.
Great, and I was just about to pop open some drinks and celebrate.
I would like nothing more than to celebrate this victory, but we have a serious problem on our hands. Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
They haven't exactly been hands-on around here anyway. So there's one less rubber stamp to worry about.
Earth is humanity's home planet, Miss Fenhill. The psychological effects of losing our original home will be devastating.
You mean we're all alone out here? Really alone?
I'm afraid so, Miss Holcomb. Halcyon is the only home we have left. Returning to Earth is no longer an option. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own.
We have a lot of work ahead of us. We best get started. Wait, hold on. Let me ask you some things.
Yes, certainly. I'll help however I can.
What do you think happened?
I don't know what happened, but something must have gone horribly wrong. I don't know why Earth's gone silent. I don't even know if Earth exists anymore. We have no connection back to Earth, and return is likely impossible. We're completely alone out here.
You mentioned the frigate disappearing.
You might have heard of the Earth Directorate's frigate. Half the colony's entire military was on that ship. They were returning to Earth when they vanished without a trace. That was 2 years ago. We haven't heard a word from them since. Whatever happened to Earth likely happened to them.
There's something else. I know about the other colonists, Phineas.
I wasn't trying to hide the truth from you, but after all you've done, I owe you an explanation. Yes, I experimented on the Hope's colonists. Each of my experiments ended in catastrophic failure. Each of my subjects died in agony. You are my first and only success. I didn't tell you about the others because I didn't want to burden you. My failures are my own to bear, not yours.
I forgive you. I mean, yeah, it's hard for me not to. If the previous subjects hadn't croaked, I would have.
Thank you. Perhaps in time I'll learn to forgive myself. My apologies. I need to get a hold of myself. We've far more pressing issues to worry about right now. If you have any more questions, ask me. I'll answer as best I can.
All right, no more questions.
Yes,
we have work to do.
You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds, and then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us?
I mean, how could I say no? Somebody has to run this colony. I'm the only competent person left.
You won't hear a word of disagreement from me. You're the best thing to ever happen to Halcyon. If you want to take it upon yourself to lead this colony, you have my support. We're not a colony any longer, are we? Our last connection to Earth has been severed, and so we have been set free. Our future is uncertain, and no one knows what tomorrow holds. Exciting, isn't it?
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Between MSI's worker-centric policies and the iconoclast manpower, Sanjar and Zora were able to rally many of the Terra 2 townships to their cause. MSI's workforce swelled, and the iconoclasts enjoyed a significant surge in their ranks. The board was too distracted by infighting and internal politics to stop MSI from becoming a powerful corporation and a refuge for townships that might have fallen through the cracks. Bolstered by her status as savior of humanity, Lilia Hagen ushered Sublight Salvage to a new golden age. Her company grew bolder and more transparent over time, muddying the line between lawful and criminal for the entire colony. The Sublight family would thrive for years to come. Adelaide McDevitt replaced Reed Thompson as the leader of Edgewater. She and her followers transformed Edgewater in their image. Anyone loyal to Reed was pressured into leaving town, and those who stayed behind adapted to her way of life. Adelaide transformed the old cannery into a new garden. The nearby Edgewater Cemetery provided a convenient source of fertilizer. As for Reed Thompson, it was said that he lasted exactly 2 days outside the walls of Edgewater. Years later, a marauder was found in possession of his hat. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers, schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the Groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the Lifetime Employment Program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. Even the Gorgon asteroid, though a distant enigma to most of Halcyon, felt the aftershocks of your actions. Olivia and Minnie Ambrose worked together to cure the marauders Adrena Time had created. Through their partnership as scientist and administrator, they discovered the harmony that had eluded them as mother and daughter. And through years of patience and effort, they discovered the means to wean Halcyon from the scourge of Adrena Time. Their work eventually allowed Wells and his scientists to treat many of Halcyon's marauders. As their addiction waned, the colonists who had lived for so long under the thrall of Adrena Time returned to their communities and loved ones, and joined in the effort to save Halcyon. In spite of everything, the Gorgon asteroid remained a sobering reminder of the potential for progress and disaster in humanity's most ambitious efforts. The Rizzo's company in Halcyon dissolved after the collapse of the board. Needless to say, the launch of Spectrum Brown was indefinitely delayed. A stockpile of Spectrum Brown remains buried deep beneath the ruins of the old distillery, abandoned to time and attrition. Ruth Bellamy never forgot the words you said to her. She coped with Belinda's death by committing to live in a way that would make her sister proud. When the remnants of the colony banded together, Ruth Bellamy was there to help. She devoted her remaining years and resources to saving the colony. Years later, when the worst of the crisis had passed, Aetherways returned to Halcyon's culture. An aging Ruth Bellamy tried her hand at directing. Her first Aetherwave drama was dedicated to the memory of Belinda Bellamy and to her old friend, Captain of the Unreliable. The dissolution of the board did not mean the dissolution of the ambitions of Cedric Kincannon, the charismatic leader of Sublight Underground. Cedric offered Slug's transportation services to the newly thawed colonists and set to work ferrying resources and food wherever they were most needed. For better or worse, Slug headgear became fashionable in the following years. As the board began to disintegrate, Spencer Woolrich found himself at a crossroads. Cling to what little stardom remained to him, or help usher Halcyon into its new future. To the surprise of many, perhaps himself most of all, Spencer chose the latter option. Having learned a variety of different skills in the many different roles played throughout his lengthy career, Spencer founded a radio serial dedicated to staying alive despite the odds. His subjects included how to survive violent encounters with only grazing wounds, dispense pithy one-liners for tense scenarios, and, of course, how to look good doing both. After a brief attempt at dating Helen as one person rather than two, which both Bertie and Helen found too strange, Bertie struck out on his own to try his hand at raising woolly cows. Many of his former Rangers teammates soon followed, accompanied by the woolly cow the team had originally plied with alcohol. The dairy farm thrived under Bertie's leadership and care. The Dairy Rangers privately believed that the woolly cows softened Bertie's temper considerably, although the only one brave enough to say this to his face was promptly headbutted. Due to the board's dissolution, many of the Prophet's old customers no longer found quite the same value in productivity seminars that they once had. With her business drying up, the Prophet chose to take her followers down a new path. Months later, salvagers on Eridanos found clues leading them to a seemingly abandoned bunker out in the wilderness. Inside, they discovered horribly mangled corpses, sacrificed to a blood-scrawled portrait of a sprat-headed deity. The Prophet was not among the bodies. Your influence shifted Ellie's perspective. She finally admitted, albeit grudgingly, that she just might need other people. Sometimes. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own. She hired a small crew and flew supply missions to communities on the fringe. Some of them were even legal. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. As much as he enjoyed his adventures aboard the Unreliable, the vicar, known as Max, eventually decided that it was time to move on, to live out the life he had sought so long to create. He knew there were many in the colony who carried burdens much worse than the ones he had struggled with, and he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could. He only ever took up arms again to defend the defenseless. Unshackled from a lifetime of striving and fighting the universe and himself, Vicar Maximilian de Soto was finally at peace. Once the matter with the Hope colonists was resolved, Junlei bashfully asked Parvati if she'd like to join her permanently on the Groundbreaker, and Parvati enthusiastically, if somewhat awkwardly, agreed. The stories of her adventures spread across the colony, and Parvati soon found herself the center of attention. Having served as the engineer of a renowned spacecraft, tramp freighters and wildcat miners sought her out by name. And in no time, she was a fixture in the Groundbreaker's mechanical ecosystem. She and Junlei were never far apart. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, a mercenary outfit of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide, or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories, could find her camping on the trail or clearing an infestation. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. It was widely suspected that Sophia Akande was the true power behind Chairman Rockwell. However, after the riots on Tartarus, she was never again seen in the colony. Various theories circulated as to her fate. Some believed she boarded an interstellar ship capable of journeying to a distant colony. Others believe she died trying to escape Tartarus. Some few suggest she fled to Monarch, where she continued to live among a small band of loyalists. There is another theory, which suggests that Sophia's encounter with you changed her, and she deliberately retreated from public view, but continued supporting the colony in secret. When Dr. Wells began reviving the Hope's colonists, he found himself with a sudden windfall of additional supplies and resources, courtesy of an anonymous donor. If Wells knew who his supplier was, he never told a soul. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. Dr. Wells was able to revive many more scientists and engineers than he first expected, thanks to the additional batch of chemicals you stole from the Ministry. Wells never forgot about the human lives that were lost in acquiring these chemicals. In the end, Dr. Wells was able to save every scientist and engineer aboard the Hope. Over the next decade, nearly all of the Hope's remaining colonists were successfully revived. Halcyon saw a period of rapid technological and scientific advancement. Breakthroughs in dietary supplements saved the colony from starvation. Geoengineering projects and social reforms began to change the structure and character of the colony. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Today, Halcyon has stabilized. The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances. Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future. And what about you? The unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon. You brought an end to the chaos on Tartarus, and proved yourself the most capable leader left in the colony. You administered the colony in your own image. With the old power of the board destroyed, a new government of Halcyon rose with you at its center. With your steady hand, you guided Halcyon through the turbulent years that were to follow, and helped ensure the survival of the colony until the end of your days. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
I'd say we got the best possible ending there. This game was a lot of fun. Not even just, you know, the running around and combat of it, even if I didn't use the time dilation feature as much as I thought I would. The dialogue is hilarious. It had me in stitches several times. In fact, there were quite a few times where it almost anticipated what I was going to say or was thinking. And I think that's definitely been my favorite part about the game. Definitely just, you know, the dialogue roleplay aspect and a lot of the characters. Part of the reason I wanted to play this game and stream it is because the sequel was actually just announced. Announced a couple months ago at E3. I believe it's coming out in a couple of months, I think late October. So I'm pretty hyped for that and to see where they go. You know, Earth disappearing is a nice plot hook, so I'm curious to see what we'll do. I haven't looked up anything of it because I'm trying to keep myself in the dark, but, you know, we could just as easily pick up at an established Halcyon or maybe figure out what the hell happened to Earth. Either way, I'm very excited. This was a really fun game. And one that I looked forward to playing a lot, even, you know, when it was just first announced. So I had a fantastic time playing it. Thank you all so much for joining me through this. I hope you all had as much of a blast as I had. As always, we're gonna go ahead and rate somebody on our way out. Let me just check to see who's online. Congrats on finishing. Thank you so much, Kelsey, and thank you for stopping by. It's a really fun game. I wouldn't expect anything but solid work from Obsidian though, so it's always a good time. Go ahead and raid my good friend Faye, who's playing some Fall Guys right now. Disco Elysium.